they didn't mean by removing the illegal migrants.
No.
No.
Don't mean by
They're
deportation.
just going to be moving them somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they're going to be putting more of them into one room to share.
No, we don't want to be doing
that. Now.
That's wrong.
It's
so that's human rights gone out the window for them,
isn't it? The Prime Minister can celebrate. He's going to win the next election.
Should be more people into one room. That's human rights.
It is so embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing what's going on right now in the United Kingdom. We're going to get some reaction from you guys. And then we're going to get back to the House as we are now waiting for David Lammy, the Foreign Secretary, to come and try his best to save the Prime Minister's job and also to give us more details about the plan to bring in more Palestinians from Gaza into the United Kingdom. This is what David Lammy will be confirming and outlining the plan of bringing in more Islamists into Britain. That's the important thing which we're going to be focusing on. Star Helix, thank you for super chat. Philip says that you can stop. You can't stop. Yeah, small bits are a bit more difficult than the Germans. Steve says you can tell she's lying. Her mouth is moving. You know, right? Yep, you're right. Speeding up, legalizing migrants, not deportations. Yeah, that's the summary. In order to fix the problem, instead of actually increase deportations, they're just going to be increasing the rate of the tick boxes, essentially saying approved, everyone approved. Yeah. The backlog is going down, guys. Everything is fine.
Yeah, because everyone's approved. That's why.
It says it doesn't matter if you stop the boats, if you don't deport those who have already made it through. Yeah, this is where you need radicalism. So Reform UK have a policy that going forward, anybody who comes in the country and anybody who's currently in the process of appeals now, they will be facing deportations, but Reform UK don't want to deport all the others because they said it's not possible. Politically, it's controversial, they said. The Tory party have proposed, even though they were in government before, but under new leadership, the Tories say we will deport all of them, anybody who's already illegally here. Now, obviously, there are some new parties like Advance UK, but they haven't actually formed it yet. We haven't had any policies from Advance, although the rhetoric from Advance UK is deport everybody as well, just like the Tories. Libel says, I can't take it anymore. All the likes of Cooper care about is what is fair to the illegals. Yeah. What is fair to us? Yeah. We have to pay for them hating us. That is a very good point. It's not necessarily just even to be accommodating, because you're doing it for people, a lot of them, all these men, military-age men who hate Britain, they're just here to take advantage. Because they're not coming here illegally, they're not going through any process. Alison says, send them to Rwanda as originally planned. That's the thing. The Tories, obviously, because they changed about 5 million prime ministers, if you remember. The original Rwanda plan was completely messed up. They eventually got their act together, last minute, just before the election. It got confirmed, everything was approved. The Rwanda flight was about to be basically starting, departing. We're going to have everybody in there. And then Labour came and they cancelled the flight last minute. And they say, well, we need to find a solution. Well, the solution was already there. One solution. The Rwanda plan. Let's not forget. There's still so many problems with the Rwanda plan, but you could have still amended it.
All about King Charles. He was the one bothered about the migrants going to Rwanda.
It was just one option. You still need to do many other things, including leaving ECHR, including scrapping the Human Rights Act. But that was a start, and they're now saying, why is it that we can't come up with a solution? We're getting some breaking news. The Iranian regime are now going to have approved indirect negotiations with the United States. Again, they are getting desperate. We'll give you more details about what's going on in Iran. Ivan says, I don't think this will save Starmer's job. No. Yeah, no. I mean, short term, he could just hide. Right now, today, as we speak, he's nowhere to be seen in the House of Commons. Eva Cooper and David Lammy as Foreign Secretary are there to basically defend him. Do we have any Reform UK MPs? We have one Reform UK MP in the House right now. Only one. Lee Anderson is there. He's the only Reform UK MP who's in the House. It's not really helping us, I'd say. Lazy really. MPs. Anyway, but David Lammy and
Where's
Nick Cooper, their job is to try to save the PM today. The Prime Minister himself is currently busy washing his hair. He could hide for a bit.
I was going to say, we'll know in case Dan's not there. Why is Nigel Farage not there?
Sink the boats before they get here. Don't worry. Don't.
See, they should have kept Rupert in. They should have kept Rupert Lowe because Rupert Lowe would have been there.
From Neil from
you
Canada.
see what I mean? Rupert Lowe would always turn up to these things.
Labour Party to
all
the Traitors' Gates. Fortunately, that's just not
Rupert
full
Lowe
of tourists.
would miss it.
Does their party know they are being recorded?
And with good questions as well.
Yep.
Exactly.
Tesla says they just don't get it. Surely we need a zero tolerance
He'd be there with good things for the
migration
people.
of all kinds for a short while at least, until we can sort out the mess. That's common sense.
He was the person
not only are we not
getting
getting that as an option, and in fact, they're saying,
one.
don't worry, we're going to try our best to stop deportations. Meanwhile, we're going to bring in more people from Gaza.
They've got no one.
Also, more boats are going to come in every day anyway, but we're still going to try to remove some while more boats and more Gazans come. So this isn't really addressing anything. This was supposed to be doing the Hail Mary pass to save the PM. It's not looking too good right now. Leslie says, general election now. Ian says, she's inviting more illegals in now. Yeah, even I wasn't expecting that. I thought she was going to at least try her best.
To not bring in
general election now, we've had enough. Push the like button, says Lazy Prodigy. Thank you.
I'm fucking with arms.
Thank you, Cooper. I was debating whether I was going to attend the march on the 13th of September. After your pathetic speech, I will now be 100% attending that march. Yes, Ian. Brilliant. Yes, don't forget, 13th of March in London.
Used to like that guy.
Says, thanks Tousi for the excellent coverage. It's great that Two-Tier Kier faces resignation calls. Well, he's still hiding, but you know, he thinks he can ignore it. Get him out. Sam on behalf of Team UK. Another comment says, Cooper's gaslighting, bringing up the past and not focusing on today's mess. She and her inept party have made
the other team
general election. The first couple of weeks of the Labour government, it would have made absolute sense for them to say the Tories made a mess. Yeah, absolutely, 14 years.
To fight back.
Well, at least the last few years of a complete mess.
To push back.
It's been over a year. You've been in government. Things got worse.
Starmer's not there.
You just made it worse. So if you're blaming the Tories, who's going to blame you? It's completely embarrassing. Start the line, maybe then Tories would support you. Start the line, maybe then Tories would support you. The Tories support who? Why would the Tories support Labour?
What's he talking about?
The Tories still need to go away for a bit. I don't think anybody wants to hear from the Tory shadow cabinet. Even though they have some good speakers and talents, but can we make it not? Nope, not now. Just stay in the coma for a little bit. Nobody wants to hear from you. Check out the Fabian Society and Judges. Yeah, of course.
No, I'm going to say it's a bit of a shame on him.
Decades and decades of Fabian Society's existence. We've talked about it a lot on the channel.
I think he slipped a little bit there.
Yeah, just listening to Eva Cooper.
I think he could have done a bit better.
And Ivan also says, with the gaslighting, our gas bills should be free.
Well, what he does, Debbie, he should be able to give a lot better.
Yeah, 2 out of 10.
And they didn't look happy enough to give anything back.
Of keep up
even
but I have some good news. Later today, I think, we can give you some surprise about our Tousi TV Plus. So,
and I thought she back up and started to say something.
What is happening here? Yeah. There we go. Just stay tuned, because in a couple of hours, in a few hours, we're going to have a big surprise. And, you know, Adam said something about 75%. Not as big, but big enough. Big enough, Adam. Just wait for it. We're not going to give you 75% discount. That's just insane. We're already going bankrupt. Because, obviously, we've got Diane Abbott as our treasurer. She's in charge of the money at Tousi TV, so... Alright, do we have members? Speaking of Tousi TV Plus, if you become a member, you get access to the chat forum. Holy crap, is she high on Canada's safe government supply idea? Deport them and their families too. That is a very fresh idea, I guess. You would think that should be the policy. Now, just hang him out to dry, says Pete. Polk says, not sure I would feel safe if Cooper was trying to save my job. Yeah, but David Lammy's coming too as well, guys. Get excited. Shortly, David Lammy's joining. Right. They all need to leave. The whole cabinet. Not one of them have been on the side of the people and have gaslit everyone. That's true.
I think all of them can
He
get out.
says Labour are a bunch of clowns. They can't do anything right, let alone turn up on time. Oh yeah, that was about the Home Secretary being 10 minutes late.
Late as well.
They all work in the same state, the Palace of Westminster. Her office is not that far. Even if she came from the Home Office itself, just get there early. It's fine. She was late. Westminster is not a big village. It's small.
It's just a
The Labour
stupid
Party
bit.
are just
She's
one
horrible.
big bag of tools.
No, I'm going to say
The
she
Prime
does
Minister's
nothing.
father was a toolmaker, so he made all the tools for the cabinet. Can Labour eventually be held criminally accountable for their treasonable actions against the British people? If there is no punishment, it will be never change. No, there won't be anything like that. So let's blame the previous government and accept no responsibility with a bag of poop. Good one. How original. Blame the previous government and then lie through their teeth. Yeah, that is basically the approach. Is the Home Secretary on drugs? And if so, what drugs is she taking because the delusions are strong? In fact, Labour clearly living in a parallel universe. Yeah. There's a lot of other comments here as well about the boats. The High Priestess says, how hard is it to close the border? Stop the boats. Yeah.
When he's got to France.
It's a little bit complicated, but you just need to be radical. We'll get back to the members. Let's just quickly go back to the House, see what these clowns are talking about.
Home Secretary trying to clear up the mess.
No mess, we're going to
last government left on
Of course.
France.
Look at that, look at
I
that.
doubt, however,
Get a
that
border up.
the measures she's putting before the House
Don't like it.
at the present
It's
time
better
will be successful as she
music.
and I
Twitter.
would wish them.
Wait.
They don't really deal with the fact that many migrants
Fact that
are
many
not coming from
Pay
war
attention.
countries.
Yeah.
France.
are coming from fucking France, and that's where we're going to war with fucking France.
She's nodding and shaking her head for no reason.
Is demand pull
What's shaking her head
from this
for?
country, which migrants believe they will have a better time and an easier time and get through the system more easily than they would in other European countries.
Yeah, because we'll give them everything in England.
Successful in reducing the demand pull. If these measures aren't as successful as she would wish them to be, will she look more closely?
If you spam the live chats, you will get banned. If you copy and paste the same comment, you will get banned. Final warning.
Boats maybe setting off from France. People have travelled through France, but that is exactly why we have negotiated the pilot agreement with France to be able to return people back to France. The first time that this has happened, something previous governments tried and completely failed to do. It's important we do that and we build on that. Illegal raids and arrests, and also to recognise that the family reunion issue is being used by some of those criminal gangs as well. And that is one of the things that Denmark has done, which is to increase the time before refugees can apply for family reunion so that they are more likely to be working, more likely to be supporting their families, and so that we have...
Sim don't want you to know about how widespread this revolt is, as these scenes of patriots on the march and raising the colours in West Drayton show. Now, barely a word was mentioned in the regime media, even as the biggest accounts internationally on Elon Musk's X broadcast the images to the world. End Wokeness posted England is finally waking up, prompting Niall Gardner to declare there is a political revolution taking place in the UK today. But Inevitable West added, the legacy media is failing to report on a revolution happening in England. No, I'm not joking. And Peter Sweden went further, reporting over 35 protests this weekend in Britain against open borders, thousands of patriots that want to protect their country. Why isn't this bigger news in the mainstream media? Almost like it's a cover-up. Well, I'm going to go one step further. This is a cover-up. This is a mainstream media cover-up of a new English revolution. Because indeed, if it wasn't for social media, independent reporters and citizen journalists, the government could keep pretending that everything is okay. But we know it's not. And Tommy Robinson believes the government, via its authorities, is now attempting to prompt the British public into violence.
Provoke the British public into violent reactions. There can be no other explanation for what they're doing. What they've done at Epping, I've seen videos this weekend of women being attacked, of young children being pepper sprayed. I'm seeing pure provocation from police forces, which I'd say is totally intentional, because they want to build this country up into a violent reaction so they can delegitimise your concerns and your fears. Right now, we, as a movement, as people, from Epping to Canary Wharf to all over the country to Norwich, you, up until now, are winning the hearts and minds of the British public, who are sick to death of the betrayal of our country and people. You're winning the hearts and minds. That will turn like that, and they're trying to turn it like that. Do not let it be successful.
If you don't believe him, then it's worth looking at the horrifying scenes from Epping, Essex and Canary Wharf, London from yesterday in more detail. After the High Court decision was overturned by Starmer's government to keep the Bell Hotel open, the Patriots of Essex announced they would continue their campaign of peaceful resistance.
Is this the far right? I don't think so. There's nothing far right against these people. These are just decent people sticking up for their women and their children. Yeah, sorry, officer. There's people in the field behind. I'm guessing there could be 1,000 people here. Good people too.
Leader of the Epping Mums, Sarah White of Reform UK, last night delivered a powerful official statement calling for Patriots to stop paying the BBC licence fee and council tax as a new means of protest.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we stand here today as proud English steadfast in our resolve to uphold our constitutional and common law rights.
Nothing to do with the flag, it's to do with
this great nation, England. These rights enshrined by our own English Convention Parliament and safeguarded by the English Bill of Rights include a supremacy clause that no foreign court or convention can override. We assert our fundamental right to protest peacefully, a right woven into the fabric of our history, from the peasants' revolt started in Essex to Peterloo, Manchester. The people of Essex once repelled a Napoleonic invasion. As an English town, we declare that we will not consent to governance that endangers our communities in response to the misinformation and propaganda disseminated by the British Broadcasting Corporation and others. We refuse to pay the television licence fee. Furthermore, we will not pay council tax. As non-payment of taxes has long been a legitimate form of protest in our land, we call upon English people to join us in this peaceful stand. Raise the colours, fly the St George Cross across England, and let it flag in our proud country. Let us unite in these actions. Refuse the licence fee.
Separate jeans on.
And display our flags with pride. This is our message, and we ask you to share it with the nation. Protect our children!
What a patriot, what an incredible woman. But can you believe that within minutes of delivering that very speech, Sarah White had been arrested for flying the Union Jack on the Epping Council building? Watch.
It looks like the police are trying to cause a scene. Look at that! Look what they're doing! Look what the police are doing! What are they doing? What are the police doing there? What are they doing? Have a look at this.
That prompted Elon Musk to post, "This is crazy." But that was just the beginning, with the police then targeting the other organiser of Epping's peaceful protests. Jack Hadfield reported Callum Barker was arrested right in front of my eyes. He moved ever so slightly towards the police vans after Sarah White was arrested, and then the police grabbed him. He's allegedly being charged with incitement to racial hatred. That's not why he was nicked then. Watch. Reforms Orla Minihane, who will actually be here on Outspoken tomorrow, but you could see her there, revealed the police were hunting her down too.
Sarah's obviously been arrested, apparently for inciting violence by standing with the Union Jack. I just don't understand it. And I can't believe the violence and the aggression that they arrested her with. I've just never seen anything like it. And the irony that we are standing outside a hotel protesting about women and children and violence towards women and children, and our very own police take a 5'3" mother and drag her down the stairs, 4 of them in riot gear. I've never seen anything like it. I'm beyond shocked. And then I heard them say, "Where's the other one?" which obviously meant me, so I just got out of the area. I'm in shock, and she's got kids at home, she's a single mum. I don't know.
Why do you think they just wouldn't let her stand there with a flag and perhaps block other people
because
coming up to her?
they wanted to arrest someone tonight. They wanted to arrest people. They arrested her and Callum. Callum did nothing. They wanted to arrest someone and make an example of her. And it's like Lucy Connolly all over again, right?
Last night's scenes came after there was further horror on Friday night in Epping, which included a man being dragged by police from his car in front of his sobbing young son.
Whoa! What are they doing to him? What are you doing? They're trying to drag him out the car. What are you doing? No, you're getting silly now, bro. What on earth are they doing to him? He's trying to go home. I can't move at all there. They're making his son cry as well. I'm not getting that on camera. His son is in tears. How are you dragging him out of the car? What are they doing? Look at his son. That's the son there. It's a fucking liberator. What are they doing? What are they doing to him? They've got him up to the van. This is police brutality now. Everyone, if you're watching this, make sure to share this everywhere. Clip all of this and get it out there. Send it to the news media, everything. People need to see what is going on tonight. Get this shared out everywhere you can see. They've just arrested a man who's trying to go home. So now they're arresting people for trying to go home. How is that legal?
Then there was a young boy himself aggressively arrested.
Oh, yeah. I remember that part, yeah.
Why are you doing that to him? What are you grabbing him up, getting hit off? Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch his back on the thorns. Wait, no, just move the thorns. Just move the thorns out of the way, mate. Move the thorn booth. Put stand on it, mate. No, it's for both your officers as well. Your officers as well, mate. That's it.
And there were even clashes between police and independent journalists.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really worth thinking about why these locals are so angry. Well, there was a shocking reminder from Tommy Robinson, who revealed it appears by his own social media posts that an illegal immigrant staying at the Bell Hotel in Epping recorded the protest out his window and also has many posts of him with heavy firearms. You can see the shocking footage here. Of course, we don't want these people in our community, but we don't want them in our country at all. And why I think that this was probably a plan by the police, is that they were just as heavy-handed over at Canary Wharf in London, where the Pink Ladies teamed up with male locals, some of whom were masked, and I don't like that, but watch. But this was actually a very positive demonstration, right? With the local Bangladeshi community even teaming up with the Pink Ladies.
Protests organised by local people. But outside agitators are coming here trying to make this into a racist thing. Our point is very clear. If this community was racist, then how is it that myself, second, third generation British Bangladeshi, how could I have thrived and prospered in this community if everyone here was racist? So no, nobody here is racist. It's just that how the narrative is being controlled or in fact being orchestrated. There are outside agitators, and I don't want to go into conspiracy theories. Our message is very clear. We are concerned about the safety of our community, the well-being of our community. We're not racist, we're not against immigration, we are against controlled immigration, uncontrolled immigration. And the government needs to get a handle on its borders, our borders. It needs to consult local communities before it dumps migrants into our community like we've seen with the Britannia Hotel. So my message to my section of the community is that no, it's completely untrue. These are not racist protests. These ladies, these lads, we've grown up together. We wouldn't be here if they were completely racist. And
okay, so do not believe the mainstream media, okay? Believe Shucks, who was very, very clear that all of these protesters were anything but racist, and they all moved together, including with Lorraine, the 70-year-old leader, into the mall at Canary Wharf, where she gave this powerful speech. But within minutes, there were clashes with the police, resulting in members of the public, including Lorraine, and independent journalists recording what was happening, being pepper sprayed.
Pepper spray. These officers here just randomly attacking an individual protesting. And look, this was a demonstration to cause maximum disturbance, and it has achieved that. But the police response of being violent is just here to antagonise us.
Yeah, indeed. Because how else can you explain 17-year-old young Bob being pepper sprayed and 70-year-old Lorraine being pepper sprayed? Watch.
Yeah.
I'm 70 years old!
That's just incredible, mate. Pepper spray was in Canary Wharf.
He was just walking through!
I saw the police officer get it out. This is incredible. Everyone's choking. There's been another journalist as well. Another journalist goes here just...
Yeah, you should watch that and be horrified and actually believe that this was a plan. Because let me tell you, the police had absolutely no issue. The same police at Canary Wharf had absolutely no issue with the hard left Antifa mob calling for the death of their enemies just down the road outside the Britannia Hotel.
What's that?
Connolly was arrested for inciting racial hatred, and the protest fans behind me are literally saying that fascists just throw themselves in rivers, referring to the protests at the Britannia Hotel. So they're calling for the suicide of counter-protesters, and they don't get arrested.
Very good point. Now, I also believe that the police were told to pepper spray patriots this weekend because they were so keen to use the pepper spray during the protests in Portsmouth, they ended up pepper spraying each other. Watch.
I sprayed everyone in the crowd. Oh, shit. Oh, he's got hurt. Oh, taste your own medicine. Oh.
Yeah, so the police, desperate to pepper spray patriots, end up pepper spraying other police officers. By the way, there were good patriots in Portsmouth who also managed to drive away the British bashing corporation.
You see it? British Brainwash Corporation. Murder.
BBC, not welcome here!
You're not welcome here. Not welcome here. BBC, 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 not welcome here. BBC's not welcome here. BBC's not welcome here.
Good.
BBC's not welcome here. BBC's not welcome.
There were also two-tier policing clashes outside the Britannia Hotel in Bournemouth. Watch this with Alan Miller.
I've seen you about 3/4 of this event. Obviously, some people are quite annoyed, so they're making their voices heard. That's all right. The reason we're getting annoyed is because they keep videoing our side and they're not videoing their side. And I thought the police were supposed to stay impartial, but they're clearly not staying impartial. I've made constant complaints against the police for not doing this evening. So I thought the police were supposed to stay impartial. But to me, when they're videoing us for 3/4 of the event, that's not impartial policing, if you ask me. You know, I'm no genius, don't get me wrong, but that's not correct.
It sounds right. It sounds right. We didn't see them filming anyone with the council.
Why don't you film Antifa down there?
Yeah.
Why are you filming us?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's two-tier policing up and down the United Kingdom, including in Swindon, where I have to give credit to Reform's councillor Augustus Urquhart Nicholas, who confronted a police officer directly about what was happening.
Yeah. Oh, is there a reason why you've been told to line up against this side rather than but you're really close, you've got a lot more people right up against that side. Yeah, that's fair enough. No, that's fine. I just, you can see why people might think that it's an example of two policing clashes.
Well, you might have no comment to make, but we can all see it. We can all see it with our own eyes. And thank God for the independent journalists who are bringing these beautiful scenes to our eyes. And I really do need to express how this peaceful local action really did take place truly up and down the country. I mean, huge amount of patriots in Dartford, for example. There were patriots targeting the Marriott Hotel in Cheshunt.
Outside the Marriott Hotel in Cheshunt, and a small group of the Patriot protesters have gone out into the roundabout, and the police are obviously trying to usher them out. Things are getting a little bit hairy. I'll keep you guys posted. The small group of protesters that broke off seem to be heading towards the motorway. The police are obviously not going to let this happen, so yeah, so police are obviously going to try and stop this from happening as soon as possible. It is far too dangerous. Oh shit.
Oh, it's above it. Fucking hell, you guys everywhere, eh?
Okay guys, we're not going to follow this because that's just too dangerous.
And then there was the UKIP leader, Nick Tanconi, arriving at the Copthorne Hotel in Gatwick.
Send them home! Send them home! Send them home!
Kelly J. Keane also raised the issue at Speaker's Corner.
I fully support the protest against the London hotels, and I think we need to take issue very, very quickly on behalf of the dignity and safety of women and say no more migration without background checks.
And I have to say, the scenes in Skegness were particularly extraordinary, with Bernie Spofford recording, "This is Skegness, once a tourist town, but now the hotels are full of illegal migrants. No money for local businesses, rising intimidation, and locals at breaking point. The government says the illegal migrants' rights are more important than theirs." Tommy Robinson added, "Huge numbers on the streets of Skegness today. Skeggy has always been a favourite seaside town for holidaying Brits, yet in recent years, because of its many hotels, has become a dumping ground for unvetted migrant men. The people have had enough." And perhaps I thought it was best left to a grandma from Braintree to explain why patriots feel so damn passionate.
No, four of them, sorry, were standing here staring at my granddaughter. They then started walking towards her, so I had to run and go pick her up. Sorry.
Don't apologise. Listen, you take the time. Don't worry. You're in a safe place. We're all here supporting you. We're listening to you. We believe you. It's okay.
And also, I was in a shop one day with my daughter who got abused when she was younger, and one of them was standing so close behind her, she could feel his maggots in her back, and she cried and wanted to get out that.
Yet the MSM, what I just find so disgraceful is they choose to ignore the stories that those brave women have to tell, those incredible scenes up and down the country, to focus on lefty losers like this.
They've been chanting at you. If not in the hotels, would you take them in?
Well, in my house? Well, I wouldn't fit 60 people in my house, would I? So I think a hotel is a perfectly fine place for now. The issue is, the asylum seekers that are living in this house have come from the most, if you look at the top 10 most dangerous countries in the world right now, a lot of the men that are living in this hotel are from those countries. Their dads, their uncles, their older siblings, they've made a really dangerous, difficult journey to try and get sanctuary for them and their families. So it's really important they have somewhere to go, and that's completely within our international laws, and if it ever happened to us, I'd hope another country would welcome me in. But they're stuck in a hotel and they don't really want to be. They would absolutely love for the Home Office to speed things up, approve their illegal refugee status, so they can set up a life here. They can get a house, they can get a job, they can start paying their tax and contributing to our society. And that's great, because we've got lots of diversity in this area, and we can take more. It's ridiculous what people are saying, it's not true. And that's why we feel so passionately and why we've come out today, to show that these views are not welcome here, but the asylum seekers are.
LBC, meanwhile, decided to nitpick over the definition of asylum seeker.
They are not asylum seekers.
They are seeking asylum, so therefore they are asylum seekers.
An asylum seeker is somebody that goes from a dangerous country to a safe country. The countries that border Britain are not.
Come on.
They overnight in France, which is a safe country. I'm not happy.
Are they seeking asylum?
This is part of the problem.
Hold on. Are they seeking asylum?
They are entering the country illegally.
And what do they do?
Economic migrants.
What do they do? 2/3 of the people that come on boats are found to have valid claims for asylum, so that's important to say as well. All I'm saying is somebody.
They're not valid. I'm sorry.
I mean, the Home Office decides they're valid. You can say
I don't trust the Home Office.
That's fine.
At all.
But according to the official process and the official tribunals and the rulings, 2/3 of people who come here on small boats are found to be valid refugees.
But in the real world, they've gone from a dangerous country to a safe country, and then another safe country, and overnighting in safe countries and coming to Britain as economic migrants. So they're safe. They're in a place of safety when they leave the dangerous country to a safe one.
If you come here and you claim asylum, I think it's very valid to describe you as an asylum seeker.
Not if you've entered the country illegally on a small boat. You're an illegal migrant.
International law doesn't specify that you can't claim asylum.
We could debate this all day. They are, in my view, they are, and the view of most of the British people, they are illegal migrants. They are not asylum seekers. And this is a sad thing, because there are people that genuinely do claim asylum, and they come to Britain for a reason. Genuine asylum seekers. I'm afraid I do not buy the argument that those unvetted men in those hotels that have entered the country illegally are.
The reason they're unvetted is obviously because we're taking so long to vet their applications.
They're unvetted because we don't know who they are. They throw their documentation in a channel.
No, they come here and they apply, and then we take 2 years to process their applications. That's why they're unvetted.
Irrelevant of how long it could take 2 weeks.
It's not, because
we don't know who they are, because they make it up on the spot in many cases.
If it was processed in 2 weeks, they wouldn't be unvetted, would they? They would have been vetted quickly.
How can you vet somebody when you don't know who they are?
Because they have to provide all sorts of evidence and documentation.
But they don't, because they throw it in the channel.
And the ones that throw it in the channel, if they can't prove who they are, won't have an asylum claim upheld.
And by the way, thank you so much, because we've now won away from 500,000, which is just extraordinary. There we are. Thank you so much. Sorry, just had to interrupt one moment. You've been amazing. You've been absolutely amazing.
Cold.